Hey guys, it's Liza here, and I'm happy to welcome you at another ITTT's live stream. If you don't know me yet, I'm a non-native ESL teacher. I also passed a TEFL certification several years ago. And if you are here to learn a little bit more about TEFL certification, and particularly how to be a non-native ESL teacher these days, I'm here to help you out. So feel free to ask me whatever comes to your mind, whatever disturbs you maybe, because I am that person who is like 100% on your side. I'm also a non-native ESL teacher, and it took me a while to overcome some challenges being a non-native teacher. So feel free to ask me anything. By the way, I have prepared several questions from our channel on YouTube. So I'm gonna take those questions to answer. But if you have anything on your mind, feel free to ask me as well. And maybe this Q&A session will help you out to understand better what is the essence of TEFL certification, and at the same time to make up your mind upon maybe taking a TEFL course. Also, I'm not sure if you hear and see me clearly. If something is wrong with my video or audio, feel free to let me know in the comments section. I hope that everything is smooth, but if not, please let me know. Also, don't be shy to let me know who you are, where you are from, and so on. So I will be really fascinated to find out something about the audience. So as for me, for example, I am located in Yekaterinburg, Russia. It is right in the middle, I would say, right in the middle of this country. And I live right next to the Ural Mountains. So if you know this area, you should probably understand what I mean. But yeah, let me know where are you tuning in from. So I guess that we're a multicultural audience here, a multicultural, community, because at ITTT we have students from all over the world, and I guess that those who are on Facebook and YouTube watching this live stream, you are from different parts of the world. So let me know where are you from. So I can see Muhammad saying that he's from Pakistan. That's awesome. I guess that we have quite a similar time zone. So it's 3:18 in my place right now, 3 p.m. And I guess that in Pakistan, it's something around that time as well. And there is also Fauzan's question. So let me read it quickly, and I hope I will help you out with the problem if you have any. So being a non-native with no experience, I feel so intimidated of applying to online jobs. So what would you advise me about that? I'm from Algeria. Thanks for the question, Fauzan. So I would say that I used to be in your shoes a couple of years ago. So first of all, I started teaching as an in-class tutor, and I did face-to-face a lot. But 3 years ago, I decided to switch to the online teaching mode, and at first it felt really awkward. I was not sure about my online teaching skills. So my best decision was to take not a freelance job, but I joined an online school. So I found an online school that had not that severe requirements. Many online schools, they just ask you to provide with your certification. That was my case. Sometimes they ask you to provide your diploma, but not necessarily in teaching as well or education. So I had one in linguistics, and it was enough for that online school. But they strongly they asked me to provide at least a teaching certificate, and I was really lucky to have my TEFL certificate. That was enough for them. Also, sometimes they ask you to provide some English level certificates. When I started, I have already had one. I took IELTS in 2019. So I was also lucky to have that certificate because it helped me a lot. What else? And as for my experience, that was also not a problem. So although I wasn't that skilled in online teaching yet, the online school provided me with their guidelines, with some methodological webinars and stuff. So I could literally teach and study myself, being a teacher. So it was really, really helpful. Also, if you are, like 100% not experienced, if you are starting teaching right now and you haven't done it before, don't worry that you don't have that experience. Try to gain something right now. Try to learn more. Try to study something that is in great demand these days. For example, online teaching skills that allow you to work with young children are in great demand. And this is something you would probably need to focus in, especially if you want to work with children. Also, try to research job prospects. There are different types of employers who provide various options and who have various requirements. Just don't worry that you are not experienced yet. And moreover, you can try to freelance and you can try to provide English classes to your relatives to get some experience, and you can try to I don't know, maybe to charge slightly less to get your first students. That should be all right. But my general advice is don't worry, and just go ahead and try to nail it. Okay. So, well, the recruiters these days don't have face-to-face communication. This is something I learned when I worked for that online school. And actually, a little later, when I wanted to find another online school, I found out that they completely avoid organizing those face-to-face communications. They usually request you to record a video of you answering different questions related to teaching, to methodology and stuff, to your background experience as well, not necessarily to your teaching experience, but just general interests and your accomplishments maybe, and that's it. And that's how they analyze if you are a good fit for the school and for possible students. So if you have at least this 120 hours TEFL certification, it should be all right, because basically you have some understanding of methodology, and you could apply these ideas that you learned from the TEFL course when you answer recruiters' questions or when you record that introductory video. That's it. So this question is quite interesting. How to gain confidence? This is the same situation that I had back in the day, well, approximately a year ago or something, when I started doing these live streams for ITTT. I felt really miserable speaking in front of people who are from all over the world with different knowledge of English. And sometimes I also received negative comments like you speak badly, or your pronunciation is so unclear, you have your Russian accent, and so on. At first, I worried a lot, but then my colleagues helped me to overcome that situation. And also, I started working on developing those skills. I joined a pronunciation course on the first place. And most of those pronunciation courses these days have that confidence module. And coaches and teachers sort of help you out to conquer this stress and nervousness when you speak in front of the public. So it is actually quite helpful. So my advice would be think about taking a pronunciation course. Also, there is this interesting app that is called ELSA. This is also for pronunciation, and it helps you to develop your standard American pronunciation. I think that these days American pronunciation is considered to be very pleasant for English teachers. It's in great demand, especially if you travel a lot, because it's more comprehensible compared to some other accents. So think about developing your pronunciation skills first, and then you will gradually start changing your behavior as well as a consequence. And another thing is that if you don't speak, you won't actually conquer this shyness and nervousness. So the only thing you can do for yourself and for your English speaking is to speak a lot. So it should be all right. Just don't worry, and try to work on yourself. Also, taking a general English course isn't a bad choice as well, even if you are an advanced English speaker. I still actually take English classes with a teacher. And right now I'm preparing for the CPE test. So hopefully I will take CPE this summer. So yeah, maybe I will confirm my English proficiency. So taking English classes isn't a bad idea for developing your speaking skills as well. If you guys have any further questions, let me know. Now I'm going to see one of the questions from YouTube. So there is this one. Could you please provide me with the location when I can, where I can take the ITTT course in Fez? So the person asked about the course location, and this is something I would like to teach you really quick. So if you navigate to our TEFLcourse.net website, you will see that button that is called Locations. So on the courses, yeah, actually it's not there. 1 second, I will find it. So let me drop you a link right now. So if you navigate to this section of the website, it is the Apply section. There you will be able to see all possible variants of taking a TEFL course with ITTT, and one of them is actually called an in-class course. So if you choose that option, you will be able to see all possible locations that are available these days for taking an in-class course. Another option is called a combined course. It is when you have that course that consists of two different parts. One part you do online completely, another one is done in class. You can check out all possible locations, all available locations for that option as well. So if you want to do your TEFL course in a real classroom, unfortunately, there is a limited number of locations available these days due to the COVID restrictions. So just make sure you navigate to that Apply section and check out what is available in class these days. If you don't mind taking an online course, it would be actually more reasonable these days because basically you save up, you don't pay for the accommodation, for the teaching service itself, and so on. You don't spend much money on living in a different place, for example, and at the same time, you can take an online course at your own pace. So you don't have to spend, like, let's say, 4 weeks without work, without communicating with your family and friends, but you just spend like a couple of hours a week, for example, and at your own pace you do this online course. I think it's more beneficial from this perspective. Okay, so if you have any further questions, feel free to ask. I guess I will stay here until the very last question, but if there are not many, well, maybe you guys understand everything quite well about ITTT and TEFL certification. So I will move on with the next question from YouTube. So this one is quite interesting and quite controversial, I would say. So where to find clients to teach English online? Basically, I've already done several videos, several live streams devoted to online teaching placements. But generally speaking, like quickly, from the top of my head, you can do it on Preply, on italki, so you can find clients on those marketplaces for teachers. Of course, you should understand that there is this level of competition because there are many other English teachers there. But don't worry, because such websites usually have some specific algorithm, and they help new teachers to connect with new students based on students' preferences. And you know, sometimes students feel really intimidated working with not native speakers. So this is when non-native speakers are very helpful, especially if non-native speakers can speak the same language as a student speaks. So, for example, in my case here in Russia, there are so many people who can't take classes with native speakers until they are quite proficient, until they are probably B2 or even C1 level. So this is a great benefit for us as non-native teachers. If you don't want to work via those marketplaces, there are two other options. First of all, you can work for an online teaching school. I have already dwelled upon this question. Online teaching schools do not have those strict requirements. Oftentimes they are very, very shallow, I would say. They just ask you to provide with at least this TEFL certificate and also showcase that you have this decent level of English. That's it. Most of online teaching schools don't require you to have some specific diploma. They don't even care about your bachelor's degree. So it's quite easy to find a job in an online teaching school. But my favorite option is to work as a freelance teacher. Yes, it is slightly more challenging at the beginning, but the more you promote yourself online as a freelancer, the faster you get your audience and your potential clients. What you have to do is to create a profile on various social media like Instagram, what else? Maybe Facebook, TikTok even. It's actually flamboyant these days. So TikTok is a great place to reach your potential clients and start working on your teaching appearance, on your self-presentation. Yes, it's quite challenging, but it's worth it. So yeah, just think about working as a freelance teacher. That's actually so awesome because you are in charge of your hourly rate, that the number you tell your potential client is actually on yourself, so you can dictate everything. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. And don't forget that you can ask your questions in the comments section. The questions that I show on the screen right now are from our YouTube channel. So there are actually plenty of them. But if you right now watching this live stream and you have something, disturbing you in terms of online teaching or TEFL certification, whatever, don't be shy to ask. Okay, what's next? If I get a TESOL certification, can I teach abroad? Well, the most obvious answer is yes, but there are some limitations. First of all, I have to be frank with you, but you have to research yourself. I know that when you take a TEFL course, well, most of the students who come to take a TEFL course at ITTT, they expect that the company will take everything for them, will do everything, and will provide with all particular details. But the thing is, we are in charge of your TEFL certification on the first place. Your career perspectives are like 99% on you. And the more proactive you are, the faster you will get a job at whatever location you are willing to get a job. If you want to work in a particular country abroad, you should start researching that country even before taking a TEFL certification. You should check out if you are eligible to work in that particular country, if they allow, for example, non-native speakers to be teachers in that area. For example, several years ago, when I decided to work in China, I didn't make that much of a research, but when I got there, I found out that there were some specific limitation towards age, nationality, and stuff in terms of taking that work visa. So you have to research everything yourself. That's okay to ask questions, but it would be more proactive if you find some information online. And it really depends on the place where you want to work in. Okay. I guess that I am going to answer the last question right now, and we will wrap up. And the question is actually quite solid as well, because it is related to COVID. And everything about COVID these days is really, really in the center of attention. So how does it help to find a job in our COVID times, especially while not being native speakers? So from my point of view, finding a job online, or even not online, but anywhere around the world, is quite tricky. So you might be proactive, but at the same time, you might face many different limitations, as I have already mentioned. Sorry. But at the same time, if you have a TEFL certificate, at least you can showcase that you have the basic knowledge of methodology, and you are not someone from the street who says that they're an English teacher, because the certificate helps you to get some basic knowledge, and also to provide to provide your students with higher quality of teaching. That's my opinion. And for non-native teachers, it is vital to show that we make progress over the years, that we work not only on our professional skills maybe, but also on our English skills as well. So taking just a TEFL course isn't enough. You have to bear in mind that after this TEFL course, you will probably have this CPD, what it is called, constant teaching development, constant professional development. So yeah, it is quite important to work on yourself. But at the same time, native speakers don't have that much of benefits, advantages compared to non-native ESL teachers, because they also might be those people who don't know how to teach English. And if you think of your own language, if you think of your native language, Just imagine you're a native speaker, but can you actually explain how to use your own language to someone from a different country? For example, I can't explain to other people, to foreigners, how to speak Russian, although I am a native Russian speaker. So you have to develop a skill. And TEFL certification helps you to develop this basic skill of teaching. Okay, so that's probably it for today. That was quite a nice session, and I hope to see you next week. Still, if you have any questions related to TEFL certification, online English teaching, whatever, feel free to ask in the comments under this video on Facebook or YouTube. And yeah, have a great day. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.